Hello and welcome to the Folk Show, an hour of folk roots and acoustic music in the lull of the storm. This week, Rosie Hood and friends are live in session. We have new music from Olivia Cheney with the Decemberists and also Luke Daniels. And of course, remembering the late Vin Garbutt. Sad news yesterday that we've lost one of the scene's most popular singers and raconteurs, genuine legend of the scene. Hi to Margie Holdsworth in Horsham, who's one of many people talking about Vin Garbutt. Says his style was truly unique, both musically and in the in-between bits that separate the best from the rest. And Nigel Carden in Gisborough said Vin was a warm, caring, talented and hilariously funny performer. He was a real one-off, able to have a room full of people laughing uncontrollably 1 second, then move to tears an instant later. The words warm and caring come up there, and Rosie Hood is playing for us tonight. And you found him that way. You knew him a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I met him a couple of times. I was very lucky. I supported him with the Dovetail Trio just last autumn, and prior to that, he saw me in a session. I sang at a session at Swanage Folk Festival a few years before I was performing properly, and he actually took the time to come and talk to me and to encourage me. He just seemed a very genuine, lovely man. Yeah,
I think everybody feels that. So his loss is very much felt on the scene today. Yeah. So, as we say, we were really sorry to hear yesterday that Vin Garbutt has passed away. One of the great characters of British folk. He lit up the club circuit for decades. He was, of course, a Middlesbrough man and a former member of the Teesside Fettlers. Chris Lord has emailed to say, just wanted to say as a fellow Teessider, how heartbroken I am to hear about the loss of a local legend. And that region, its people and its culture are at the heart of Vin's music and his act, which was by turns social, political, sweet, and usually properly hilarious. He was a sensitive songwriter, a pleasant, funny man. We got a little sort of glimpse of him through his meeting just with Rosie there. Hugely popular on the folk scene. He really will be badly missed. Nigel Wheatley from Durham writes, the sad passing of a true folk legend with a unique voice and the ability to put down lyrics that could be humorous or hard-hitting, covering a diverse range of political and daily hardship topics. He's made many of us cry with the saddest of tears and laugh as well with tunes like Fell Off the Back of a Boat, which he once said would be the one he's remembered for. So we've decided to play that one. I mean, there are so many we could have chosen, but we decided to sort of hear him sort of in his element at the Red Lion Folk Club in Birmingham. So, you know, who am I to introduce it? He can introduce it.
This boat coming out of the Tees, the container fell off, smashed open. The rocks and the beaches between Redcar, Saltburn, Carlin House, Skinning Loftus, Staithes and Runswick Bay. The rocks and the beaches were covered in these sweatshirts and T-shirts and kids' underpants. And for 3 days and 3 nights, it's a true story, for 3 days and 3 nights, people were coming past our house with a black plastic bin liner over the shoulders and a torch. All the hardware shops ran out of soap powder. Clothes pegs you couldn't get for love nor money. Torches and batteries, they just all ran. Everybody was, right? They found a dead shark on the beach, and the rumours abounded about how it had suffocated trying to get a sweatshirt on. Anyway, apparently every bit, anything that's found on the beach above high water mark belongs to the Queen. And the people of Loftus, where I live, they're royalists. They're absolute royalists, and they wouldn't do anything to upset the Queen. And you could see there was women on the beach that were holding up sweatshirts, stretching them out and going, "No, that won't fit, eh?" You know, they wouldn't dream of taking anything that she would use. See? Anyway, there's a little song called "Fell Off the Back of a Boat." I'll give you the chorus, are you right? There were T-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. Are you going to join in or what? I mean, it's only a throwaway song, this, but it'll probably be the one I'm remembered for. Right? There were T-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. In Loftus near Saltburn one wintry windy day, Our vessel bound for Amsterdam was sailing round Tees Bay. Bedecked with fine designer clothes, she soon became a joke. The string holding the cargo down got damp, then it broke. There were t-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. Well, a great big steel container got washed over the side. It hit the rocks of Hummersea that smashed it open wide. That treasure it was holding was spewed into the brine. Some of it washed out to sea, but most of it's now mine. There were t-shirts for the husband, sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. Well, Clark's run out of torches, bin bags, batteries too. There were gypsies selling clothes pegs, charging 15 quid for two. A policeman in a soggy suit upholding England's laws. He said, this sweatshirt's killing me, a fiver and it's yours. There were t-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. Well, poor Mrs. Tabner, she nearly missed the boat. She sent her husband down to see if out was left afloat. He said he found a basking shark, I think that's what he said. And a fight to get the sweatshirt off it left him basking dead. There were t-shirts for the husband, sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. A helicopter gunship was sent from Leeming Bar to try and thwart the beachcombers who came from near and far. But the crew felt a temptation to Aberystwyth bow. They were last seen dragging bin bags past the pub in Carlinhow. There were t-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. Well, 5,000 washer dryers just managed with the glut, but I have to write by candlelight 'cause there's a power cut. So next time you smell the ocean at a distant car boot sail, remember the good ship Concorde when the string snapped in the gale. There are t-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life. There were t-shirts for the husband and sweatshirts for the wife, and every kid in Skinning Grove has underwear for life.
Vin Garbutt and Fell Off the Back of a Boat. I've been remembering and watching some stuff online today. I was absolutely howling with laughter at a routine he was doing about Rudyard Kipling. Said it was at one time the most popular sport in the north until they closed all the Rudyards down, and now his uncle was a really good Kipler. But there you go, Vin Garbutt with Fell Off the Back of a Boat. A lot of people with lovely emails, which I just don't have the time to read out. But thank you very much to Dave Holloway and Sue, and also Craigie Novak out in West Auckland, all with very fond memories of Vin Garbutt, who passed away yesterday. Really sad news, very deeply felt. If you want to, look up a film called Vin Garbutt Teesside Troubadour. You can buy it at Vin's website. It was made a couple of years ago, and a great portrait of a man who was a real one-off.